Okay, so we're going to start off with some numbers, of which I'd already had die cut. I found them over there, and I thought, oh, this is perfect for the countdown, don't you know? Hey y'all, APG Jamie here, and today we have hashtag countdown space a theory. So we have these die cut numbers. It's cardstock, y'all, just plain old white cardstock. And I said, well, let's spritz them with some glimmermist. Glimmermist. So I got out glimmermist, obviously, I suppose, and my spray box. It's just an iris box that I spray in so it doesn't go absolutely, totally everywhere. And I didn't write down the colors that I used: a gray, an orange, a blue. Okay, people? Okay. There is a list of ingredients in the description box below. Mostly it probably contains everything. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and ask me a question, and I probably will answer it, because I'm real good at answering all my comments. Just saying. So we're doing that, and then after we get them spritzed, we're going to set them aside so, you know, they can dry and become happy and all that stuff. And I already had this piece of paper that I cleaned a stencil off on. Anyway, so we're just like, well, let's just use that piece of cardstock because it's here. I mean, you know, we're going to use it. We're not going to throw it away because we have to save every quarter of a penny we can, especially these days. So we've got paint. It's listed in ingredients, y'all. Oh, there's also information. Oh, she says as she backtracks 50 times. This is on behalf of Art Joy of Sharing. Okay. There's a Facebook group and there's a YouTube channel. I recommend both. All right. Well, if you're a Facebooker, I recommend it. If you're not a Facebooker, then don't go. Hickin', y'all. He got off and on. I don't know how much I filmed, how much I didn't film. So, you know. So we're working on the background, and I thought, well, let's put some stencil on it. And I'm like, oh, let's use some script because that's perfect. Script is always good. So we got out some metallics, which happens to be mostly translucent, but it's still metallic, and it's okay. So don't be freaking out. It's a background, you know. It's supposed to add interest. It's not necessarily be the focal point, all right? Now, the only thing, well, not the only thing, I wanted to use what you saw on the promo photo, if you saw the promo photo, because I do promo photos usually. Anyway, get my story together, y'all. Running out of time. Hickin', y'all. We put it on there, and because it's a metallic-y color, it does have shimmer to it. And then we're going to put some ink on there because I wasn't happy with how much, you know, interest it put in the background. I just wanted more, you know, because more is better. And so countdown, y'all. Coming up to a new year, or, you know, a birthday or anniversary or whatever date it happens to be coming up for you. You're counting down to it, and in excitement and anticipation. Okay. So we're going along, and we're doing this journal page, and I knew I wanted to use numbers. I knew I wanted to use the Jane Davenport Muse die cut girl face. Okay, which is what we did. Mission accomplished there, y'all. And the numbers. And then I had these scraps laying up there, and I thought, well, heck, let's just throw these in there. So I made those, which you're going to see, into like tags. Okay? They're like faux tags. And I got this different kind of punch. It's the oblong punch, and I had it sitting there, and I forgot to use it, and I used a regular hole punch instead. We're not anywhere near to that point, are we? In the video. We're inking edges because it's fancy, y'all. It's fancy smancy. So I was going along doing my page, had everything done, was filming what I thought was, the end of it where I say, ta-da, and flash my hands around. And I thought, wait, what do these numbers mean? What are we counting down to? The next thing you know, words started to dancing around in my head because, APG, artist, poet, girl, that's me, y'all. And so I just had to type them all up in it, and they made a poem. Okay, so here's the scraps, and they are cardstock as well. And we're just going to trim them down to whatever size they get trimmed down to. Size didn't matter. It does not always matter. Okay, so we're trimming them down, and then we're going to make them look like tags. Bless my heart. I am having a dickens of a time with words, y'all. I'm surprised the dishwasher's not running. It was a while ago. Anyways, trimming all them up, having a rough time with it. Some of them were more straighter than others, but just because I'm using a ruler doesn't mean it doesn't mean a thing. Most ain't straight-ish. It's kind of what we're getting at here. So, anyhootles, cruising along. Now, I'm rounding the bottom edge because, they can be square or rounded. And I had this key card, gift card, whatever kind of plastic card it was, and I cut an angle corner, and I thought that's the angle I'm going to put on every one of them. So they all have the same rounded bottom and the same angle cut at the top, because they're becoming tags. And we are putting components together for the page background that we've already done. Okay, so we do this forever, and then we're poking holes with the whole bunch because I wanted to use the other thing and didn't. I just grabbed the hole punch, and I have now put my other thing down there where I keep my hole punch, so I'll see it and I'll be like, oh yeah, let's do that instead. Okay, so they're tags, so they gotta have strings on them, or floofies, or whatever you want to call those things. They don't have to. It's not a law. But tags do usually have a string of some sort, so you can tie it on to whatever you're tagging. Tag, you're it. Not really, but same difference. And it's a pink because it's the color I picked. And the tags were coffee dyed. They are left over from another project. So, yeah, the numbers are all nice and dry. So we're going to stamp numbers onto the numbers. Now, I don't know who my acrylic stamps are. These particular ones that we're using in this video, I don't know who the manufacturer is. Okay, so you can ask, but I'll just reply with, I don't know. So we're stamping them around because this is putting more chaos kind of thing on the numbers, okay? The numbers were spritzed with different colors, so they're already haphazard, and we inked around them with the little thumb brush. Love those things. Thank you, dear secret internet admirer. Anyway, so we're stamping around with a couple different number stamps, and I have some bigger numbers and a few little numbers. Not very many, just a few, but who's counting? He's counting with numbers. And I like that background, or the one I currently happen to be stamping on, so I don't get ink everywhere, which I do anyway, so it just kind of helps. Now we got our tags, and I'm like, well, let's step on those too, because more is better, right? More in the background, more numbers, more stamping. Okay, subliminal, more is better. And So that's what we're doing. We're just stamping. And that is archival, the black soot in the archival. Oh, it's so rich and dark, y'all. I ordered an ink refill and made my own pad is what I did, okay? Because I know y'all like, that's not an archival ink pad. Yes, it is. If it was a blank ink pad and it's got archival in it, it's an archival ink pad. Any hoots. Now, we've die cut our girl. Guy, I didn't show that part, and this was a piece of looks like mono printed paper, just copy paper. So we're putting our girl on there. She's so pretty. I just love her. We're using matte medium, golden fluid. It's a fluid matte medium, y'all, not a gel. Anyway, doing that, putting her on there. I felt it was important that you saw me do both pieces. Just, because sometimes I don't know when to cut stuff out. And it is sped up, though. I can tell you that much. It's sped up. And then here we twist her lips, and she was like, oh, I can't talk if I'm twisted. So who needs to talk? I do. So here we go. Just covering up with matte medium, trying to make sure everything's all nice and glued down, and it worked pretty good. And then we're gonna have to scoop them up off my little plastic doolaller, which we did. Set them aside to dry, and then boom, here we are with our tags that we are now gluing numbers on. I did not make y'all sit through me laying all the numbers on there. Okay, what do the numbers mean? I don't know. They were numbers that I thought, well, I like how those look together, and those make me happy, and that's just kind of what we did. Okay, so we're going to glue them all down. Champ is scratching around on the couch. I don't know if y'all heard that, because I don't know. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Some people have supersonic hearing, and some of us have ringing of the ears. Okay, so we're gluing them all up, and I'll probably show you every single one of them. And I am setting it under, it's an acrylic block, y'all, and it's just where I got my number stamp right now. Just hanging out over there, and we're setting these underneath there just because to just put a little weight on them. There's some of them little numbers. And I noticed that the bigger numbers, I thought they all came from probably the same die, but they're not. They're actually slightly different. So I thought, So with that, does it matter? No, because I already told you. Did I tell you? I don't know which number dies they are, y'all. They're just numbers cut out from a die. Cardstock that we spritzed with glimmermist. Okay. Yes, I told you. I alluded to a poem. Let's see. Are we in the part of the video where we can recite said poem? No, not quite. Not quite. We're getting there though. We're still gluing numbers because I thought it was important y'all watched me glue numbers. And I liked that background, and I thought, well, I think we're going to put this behind the girl. Now, mind you, at this point in the page, I didn't know a poem was going to come out. I thought, oh, that's cute. I like that. And I did. I like that. But I wanted to put the numbers and the number tags, all over the background, because that was just kind of my premise from the get-go. We're gluing them together. Just at the bottom. Okay. Gluing her together, trimming her up just a wee little bit. Because, even when I die cut, things don't come out, precise. They come out perfect. I'm like, yes! There she is. And now she's going to be able to flip down. What was the whole point of that? Was just to have a little journaling spot, I guess, even though I don't never go back and journal in any of these little secret spots and and pockets and stuff like that I do on journal pages and wherever I put them. I like the idea that they're there and that I could one day possibly, actually put words on them. But I'm more inclined to do captions and sentiments and maybe a single word, kind of thing. Which sounds weird considering I've already said this page provoked, inspired, promoted a poem. How good is the poem? I don't know. It's a poem, y'all. Sometimes I really like them, and sometimes I think, well, that's okay. And then sometimes I really like them, and then I read them back later, or I read them to you guys, recite them. I don't read them, I recite them. No, I read them because I can't remember them. Anyway, I think, well, that's really not that good of a poem, does it? Yeah, so. And we're just fiddling around with the numbers, and now I know it is really looking busy, isn't it? That's what numbers do to my brain. They're just zip-zapping, and I like how the tags are all different sizes, and the girl is sort of the focus, but she's not, which is what I got to thinking about, after I got them all glued on there. Because you get to see me play with numbers again. I'm like, she is the focus, yet these numbers are everywhere. Okay, absolutely everywhere. And I had already typed out my caption, what I was going to use for a caption, because I knew it was, involving numbers and a countdown and, that kind of stuff. So, anyway. As you can see, I'm gluing her straight onto the page, and I thought, she needs a magnet because we don't want her flipping open on. So I could have used a Velcro dot, but I used a magnet. And these are just little tin caps that they use when they're roofing for the nails to help keep everything from leaking around the nails and so on and so forth. And you just cut out, you can cut them with scissors, and you just cut it off and stick a little piece on there. And now you only have to use one magnet instead of two to make them click together. Click together, okay? So those two girls are glued together at the bottom down there. It's folded out, so that one's getting glued on the back. She's got she's got the little tin thing, and now we're going to put the magnet on the front one, okay? Put a little dot of glue on there so I could see where to glue the magnet so it lines up with the little metal thing, okay? Yeah, this works with metal. It does not work with aluminum because magnets don't stick to aluminum, not real aluminum. And I'm like, well, let's cover up that magnet because, it's distracting. And truly, I just thought I was leaving a blank journaling spot, okay? Then when I started to do the flip through, which y'all will see, I get that point, and I'm like, well, I don't know what are my intentions for this thing, and then that's when all this whole poem just started flooding in. So, if you're ready, y'all can just continue on watching, okay? And I'm going to read that poem. Countdown theory. It's a theory. Mind you. They called to her the numbers as if they were speaking in a secret coded message disguised as a countdown. They are big, bigger than her, more than her. Dates, phones, pins, birth dates, anniversaries, weights, measures, metric, imperial, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, quantum fractions, looming in power all around, above, below, hell, maybe even inside, consumed by numbers. With existence, they design time to measure from the beginning, fearing an ending. Seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades, centuries, millennia, eras, eons. In theory, the countdown has ended. Well, the beginning has ended. For some, the beginning just started. Ta-da! So anyway, I got her all fixed up as a flip, right? And I thought, well, she's lost in the page. So I thought, well, we'll just go around her. So we're going around her with pen, and we went around the girl on the back and the girl on the front, with the black, so that she pops out more. And this is where I'm like, well, she is just totally lost in those numbers. Which is more important? Which is actually the focus of this page? The numbers or her? Oh, I like the strings too, by the way. And I'm like, well, which is more important? Oh, I have the acrylic block sitting there to just weight down some of those, the caption, which the caption was the initial beginning of the poem. Sorta. I threw it into the poem. The poem came around it. I don't know. It was, they called to her the numbers as if they were speaking in a secret coded message disguised as a countdown. That's the caption. So we're going around and I'm showing you the page. This is where I was thinking I'm done. Okay? I'm like, yeah, it looks nice. She still kind of gets lost. We brought the words up. You got to focus more to see them, but it's just like, I left it. What am I going to do with that? And that's when the whole poem came around. So we typed up the poem. We printed it out 1,000,000 times. Die cut, not 1,000,000 times, but because I wanted to die cut it so that it becomes part of her. So there's our poem. It's just a glued in there. Each little page is glued in there. And I am happy with it. I'm like, yeah, because we needed more chaos in the countdown theory, y'all. Today I like it. As I recited it to you, even though I messed up on, quantum fractions. Anyway. See, the magnet even stays shut. It's perfect. Get ready. Photo montage. I appreciate each and every one of you. Regardless of what you're counting down to, in anticipation, in anxiety, I hope it works out. I trust that it will. Don't forget to check out the hashtag for additional artists and their interpretations of the theme. Thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all!